Hi, most wonderful, wonderful humans. It's Sandra, your self love reminder. So, I want to share a story with you today, as I do. So this is the worst intro ever, but we're just gonna keep rolling because we love ourselves the way we are. And like, why am I speaking in more people terms? Like, I'm just one person. I love myself the way I am, and it's okay if sometimes I don't have a great intro. Okay, so I wanted to share the story about the pharmacy. I know. That's wild. That's gonna be a wild story. Nothing crazy really happened at the pharmacy, but okay, let me just like no, it's actually something very fantastic happened with the pharmacy. So I had to go to the pharmacy because I had this scooter accident, and I've been going to this clinic that was taking care of my wounds, but it just like every single time I had to go there, I had to pay like a lot of money for them to clean my wound. And I was thinking, well, you know what? I can do this myself. And so I decided to go to the pharmacy and get the tools that I need in order to take care of myself, because that's now something that I do. I have learned to do is I have learned to take care of myself. I know, it's crazy. I'm 37 years old. I know I don't look it. I know. Um and and it's only settling in now that it would be a good thing for me to take care of myself. Which is so crazy because for the longest time, for all of these years before the year that I'm in now, I still would very much be addicted to self abandonment and just would abandon myself in many, many ways. I recorded a video the other day about that we actually can't really abandon ourselves if even if we tried, because when it comes down to it, we can never abandon anything because we are everything. So how could we abandoning it? Like nothing is ever lost. But when we that's just from a higher perspective, right? But when we talk like in human terms and stuff, we can do a lot of self abandonment. I think we all know it. And I unfortunately was very much addicted to doing that because I would always just outsource my power, outsource my abilities for or my desire. Like I would outsource the possibility for happiness into other people, but then obviously that would never happen because you can only ever give everything to yourself first. And if you don't give something to yourself, then no one else can give it to you. But anyway, um so I had this inkling, right? Because, yeah, I could go to the medical clinic and they could take care of my wound every day and I could pay that money for the service, which is fine. But at the same time, I just had this intuitive knowing, this intuitive inkling that, you know what, I can do this for myself, and not just like to save money or anything like that, but more so or to like save the hassle of going there because it's actually really near. Like it's not about that. It was more so, you know what? I actually can take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do this for myself. And actually, when I did it for the first time, cleaning my wound, because I have this abrasion on my knee, and um I've honestly, like, I've never had a huge wound like this before. I've never had an abrasion like this before. So it's the first time for me that I had to take care of myself in that way. Like I've never done this before. And so like thankfully, right? But I of course I had no idea really how to take care of this. And so I did my research and all that. But anyway, so I took care of myself for the first time in that way, and I actually had to cry. I sat on the bathroom floor and like very, you have to be very fucking present, right? You have to be so gentle. You have to make sure that you have clean hands, and you have to make sure that the wound is being gently tended to, right? And so I was so gentle with myself, and somehow that was such a profound moment for me because my whole life I was abusing myself. And so I used to be so harsh to myself, not only with the voice in my head, the way I was speaking to myself, I mean, that was the start, but then I would just act on these nasty comments in my head and just really like harshly treat myself, harshly abuse myself. And so to be this gentle with myself is just so sweet. It's so like I'm so proud of myself, and I was so I was like I'm so fond of myself. I'm like so like I love myself so much for being so sweet to myself, and that I truly see myself, have been observing myself change in that beautiful way and treating myself with such way more care. And that is so beautiful. And that only truly could happen after I healed the abandonment wound. Which, because before I still was being so harsh to myself and not taking care of myself and abandoning myself, because I still had this wound that lived inside of me that would tell me from deep within that I wasn't worthy of being taken care of, which was utter bullshit, obviously, but that's just a belief that I had for so many years. Anyway, coming back to the pharmacy, so I had to go to the pharmacy to pick up the tools and stuff, and so I put into the navigation. So it's a very touristy place that I'm in right now because I'm traveling, and so there are three pharmacies um, located right next to each other in this very touristy area, right? And so I just put in like clicked on one on my Google Maps to navigate me um, to the place. And so I'm going there, and turns out though that as I'm walking to this pharmacy that I had put in the navigation, I'm actually walking past another pharmacy that is right next to me right now that I didn't see before. And so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go into this one because it's closer. So I go into this pharmacy. And so I go in there, and there is this member of staff, and she's like the most like unfriendliest woman I've met in a service position, as far as I'm like in this place where I'm at now. Like, I mean, there was another woman that was also there was another lady that I also remember like serving me food. That was also just like not so happy with life, which, you know, I mean, I don't care. Like, I mean, I care if people are happy or not. Like, I'm sad that she is not happy, but that's also not true. I'm not sad that she's not happy because it's none of my business. Like I don't. I mean, I genuinely don't care to like feel shit about her not being happy, but I'm sad for her, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want her to not be happy, but at the same time, I'm not going to let myself be pulled down because of that. I've learned that over many, many years, that I'm no longer going to be affected by other people's moods and the way that people feel, because I'm a super empath, so I feel people's emotions. And when other people around me have negativity and just go through things, like, I pick up on that. But nowadays, I'm an empath with boundaries, and I choose to no longer go through the same emotions, because why would I lower my state of experiencing my life because other people are sad or angry or whatever they are going through, right? Um, but I hope I hope like this I hope this lady is doing great. I wish her all the best, right? But anyway, so but this lady at the pharmacy, like, she was the most like unfriendliest, or I want to say miserable, but I don't know if she was miserable. She was just not in a good mood. She was just not friendly. There's a gecko on my wall, and I love them. um in any case, um so she was just I haven't met more unfriendly service person in a shop before, in this particular trip, right? I'm sure there has been other times in my life before, but it was just like standing out to me how unfriendly she was. Like she was really, really unfriendly. Like, and like if something stands out to you like that, then it means it was quite severe. um, but yeah, it was just like there was no friendliness, there was no warmth. And when I asked her things like, and I went in there smiling and being nice and friendly and being like, oh hello, and she was just she just was miserable. What can I say? And I was asking her questions. She was like, yeah, this way. And like she was handing me like a basket where I could put stuff in and whatever. And I'm like, oh thanks, that's actually really helpful. And she's just like, she didn't say anything. She was like handed me like this. And I was like, okay, like okay. But like it genuinely, like, it just didn't like it didn't bother me. Like I was just noticing it, right? Like because again, like I no longer let myself be influenced by lower mood people. Not my problem, not my business. I let people go through what they need to go through, right? But it just, again, like it stood out to me. And anyway, I did my business, bought my stuff, went home, went about my night, taking care of my wound and all that. Next day arrives, and I'm just like remembering, oh yeah, there was this unfriendly woman last night. And I, so because right now, and from for the rest of my life, I live my life, and yesterday already as well. I live my life according to the motto, everything always happens for me. And again, I have been living like this, and everything is always best case scenario. It's always, my life is always the highest possible outcome, the best possible outcome for me. Everything always happens for me in such a beautiful, beautiful way that is just serving me in the best way possible, that makes me the most happy, the brings me the most joy, the most love, the most satisfaction, the most fulfillment. That's how I look at life these days. Let me tell you, it was different many like it was very, very different from most of my life. But anyway, now it's different. Now it's beautiful. So then I was thinking about her, and I was like, okay, but because everything in my life always happens for me in the best case scenario, like like why did I go into this specific pharmacy? Why did I end up in this pharmacy where I met the unfriendliest woman alive? And I'm sending her so much love. Um and so what I what I took away from this as I was reflecting on it was that, first of all, it genuinely didn't bother me. Like I was just observing it, and that is such a big step for me. That is such a beautiful progress for me to observe, because again, like I used to be different, and if people were unfriendly to me, I would take it personally, and I'd be like, oh my god, like what did I do? Which is so stupid, because this person was already miserable before I even entered this place, right? um so that is such a beautiful thing to observe. So I am observing my progress. And also, another lesson that I've learned through that was that to look at myself in a even more, like with a lens of even more beauty. Because I noticed that I went in there and I was just really like happy and friendly and with a smile on my face. And but she wasn't reflecting that back to me. And I was like, if I was in her position, like I get, like I don't know what this lady was going through, and it could have been anything, right? And maybe that's just how she is always. I don't know. Maybe she just had a bad day. I don't fucking know. And it doesn't matter. But what I know about myself is that if a person comes to me, towards me, and speaks to me, and the person is like friendly and laughs and smiles at me and thanks me and all that, and asks me questions, then I would always, no matter what, I mean, maybe in the very very difficult situations when I'm like lying on the floor bleeding out or something, maybe that then I wouldn't like smile and laugh or but in most cases I'd probably I know about myself that I'd be so welcoming to that person and I'd fucking love it if someone is friendly to me, smiles at me, and is nice to me. That would lift me up. That would make me smile. If I had a bad day, if I was going through something really shit, and someone approaches me and is like super friendly and nice and sweet and loving and shares a smile, that would lift me up. That would make me happy. That would pull me out of my shitty mood. And but it wasn't the case with this lady, which is fine. But that just showed to me like, oh man, like I think I truly am a lovely person to be around. I'm a very positive person. And I've been going through some stuff in the last few days. I mean, the last 2 days or something have been better again, thankfully, and that's just beautifully amazing. But I went through this scooter accident, and it was rough, man. And I'm here by myself, and this dude, like, I recorded this story about this dude, like, who just like abandoned me, and like after going through the accident, and I just had to deal with everything, and um me just like adjusting to the new environment that I'm in right now and not knowing anything about like this place and just having to navigate everything by myself and stuff, which, I guess that's just adult life. But this is me adjusting to the new version of myself that is a properly functioning adult. And after like 20 years of addiction and stuff like that, and being so scared my whole life, and I'm truly becoming a new version of myself, but I just have to learn what it's like to be the new version of myself. And I just, yeah, I was going through this period of just feeling really, really alone and sad, and but that just showed me the whole pharmacy situation. It just showed me that, you know, I haven't lost my joy. I haven't lost my spark and my friendliness and my kindness. And I love humans so much. And I love when people smile at me, and I love to connect to people, and I just love to be positive. And I'm very proud of myself for that, because I do think that not everyone who's been through the things that I've been through would s- would be like that, maybe. And because for the first time I was truly actually considering, well, maybe actually it's not common that you come out of such a harsh period of your life, and but still looking at life with the lens of beauty and joy and happiness, and knowing that life is beautiful. Maybe it's not something that everyone can do. And that made me love myself so much more once again. I'm just so happy that I am the person that I am. And for me to say this is just so wild, because I used to fucking hate myself. I used to self harm, like, it's not that, it's not that hard. I used to just like, I used to cut myself, burn myself. I used to have bulimia. I used to self harm in many different ways because I hated my life and myself. And I to be so proud of myself and to love myself the way I am right now is just so wonderful to me, and it's just a joy that I want to share with all of you, because I think it is uh, such an accomplishment, and I think it can help other people to remember the beauty that they are, because I also do think that there's many out there like me who also have been through a lot of hard things, but still remain positive, still choose kindness and happiness, and still know and remember that there's more to life, there's beauty in life, and no matter how hard it gets, And no matter what you had has no matter what you've been through, there's still the chance for life to still be awesome, you know? Like, it's not the death sentence if you've been in addiction for a long time, or if you have been homeless, or whatever the fuck, if you've been through the most horrible shit that I can't even fathom. It doesn't matter what you've been through, you can still remember that there's beauty in life, and you can still turn your life around and make things change and enjoy life. And so that's why I wanted to share this story with you. And also, it's so fun, so fun. I then today had to go back to the pharmacy because I had to get more stuff, and um that I just realized last night, okay, there's some stuff I'm missing. And so today I went back, and because it's the closest pharmacy to where I'm staying, I was thinking in my mind, you know what? This time I'm not going to go back to this pharmacy because there's more pharmacies. Like, and why would I go back to the place where the unfriendly lady is, right? Like, why do I give those people my money? But then I was reframing it because, again, like, everything is always working out for me, and everything is always beautiful in my world, and everything is always positivity. Um, I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back into this pharmacy, and I will just once again like smile at this lady if she's there. And also today, because I create my own reality, she's gonna be friendly. Today, she's gonna laugh and be happy, and I'm gonna rewrite the story about her, and she's just gonna be so happy today, right? And I was like, yes, that sounds fun. Like, let's do this. So I go in, and the lady wasn't there. But there was this other man in there who was like the happiest man I've seen behind a counter. I kid you not. Like, he was so sweet, and he was so friendly and smiling at me, and he was so kind and grateful. It was just wonderful, and I walked out there like smiling all over my face, and we both had this beautiful like interaction with each other, and it was so fun and beautiful. And so that's the thing, like, that is the beauty of life, that you can reframe everything, and you can look at everything from a different perspective. You can rewrite the story. It doesn't have to be shit. And yesterday there was this unfriendly lady, but then today I went with, you know what, this is going to be a great experience today, and so it was. And it even was a great experience yesterday with the unfriendly lady because I wasn't bothered by it, because I was looking at it with just like neutrality, right? And I learned something beautiful because of it. Like, everything is just beautiful. And that's how I choose to look at life, and that's why life is showing it back to me too. Okay, so that was the pharmacy story. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it till here, then let me know who you are, because it's kind of like weird talking to this camera and like people watching you talk, but you have no idea who these people are. It's like kind of weird. So let me know who you are, where you are in the world. Share a beautiful story of the beauty of life with me, because I want to also hear beautiful stories. So there's also nothing more beautiful than humans connecting with each other. And I think we definitely need to do more of that, even if it's just on the internet. Face to face would obviously be better, but we do what we can. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. And remember, life is beautiful. Okay, speak soon. Bye.